be times when I could be more aggressive because of the financial shape that I was in, and I've had times when I had to be pretty conservative because of the financial shape that I was in. And that's the art of the deal, is to make the adjustments. Now, you would say, well, wouldn't it be better to get ahead of it and not have to make adjustments? The one that can look in that crystal ball I want to meet, and whether it be managing our salary cap or just business in general. That there are a lot of ifs and buts, candy and nuts that you got to think about that can happen to you. We unquestionably loaded up franchising Spencer for 2 straight years. Certainly having the caliber player that we had in Ware, certainly as to where his cap and what it required of us to have that on our cap, and to have really Ratliff in there, and in a couple of other places. There's no question we really pushed it to the hilt, in the belief that this was the time to do it, at a time when Romo was certainly in arguably one of the high times of his career. When I look back over the last 3 years, that was the time to make the investment, and we did. And so we're having to do what you always have to do, is manage that. But I think we're fortunate to have Rod Marinelli. We're fortunate to have the experience on defense we've got. That's where it's going to impact us the most. And we're fortunate that we've got a chance to draft some players that will help us immediately. And then we've got some help coming on the way on our own roster that were there, Crawford, that specifically that could come in and help us this year.
So are you acknowledging that loading up was a mistake and we need to do things differently?
Well, it's not a mistake. We just went 8-8. If it I would have, I loaded up to compete for the playoffs and compete for the Super Bowl. I would do it again.
Okay.
And the point is, there's a time to load up. There's a time that teams load up in the NFL. And that was our time. We had the personnel to load up with. It hadn't been too far back that if you really, and you look at where these players and where they are in their careers and what they're commanding in free market, you can readily see we have some good football players in the opinion of a lot of people around the league. Because they're doing very well.